Don't
What's
fuck
going
it.
on? Yeah, thank you, fellas.
You're in limbo.
Treason, treason, bang 'em in the tower. Reason, reason, 'cause I own the power. Treason, treason, make 'em all understand. Reason, reason, 'cause I own the fucking land.
All right, folks. Limbo Podcast, night one. I'm pulling out all the stops. I got some fucking heavyweights here. I got Mirari from Texas. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. It goes good.
Just fucking chilling. I just checked out Mirari before I popped on here. And last night, so it's not a total lie. Last night and tonight, and Jesus Christ.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's what we go for.
Huge honor, dude.
You're fucking heavy as hell.
Thanks.
Yeah, we like to experiment. We try to get as gritty sometimes as we can find it.
And you, my friend Jake, have some sort of demonic possession you need to be looked at. You need to look at that and
Thanks.
see what happens.
I
It's fucking-
appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how singers do it. Like I love metal, death metal, all that stuff, but I've never understood the mechanics in your voice that would.
It's definitely taken a lot of practice. I've been screaming for probably since like 2012.
Okay.
So like I've been definitely doing it for a while, and like over time you just learn different techniques and stuff. Like I learned how to low scream in like 5 minutes. Like it was like the easiest thing ever. But like high scream, it took me like about a month or so to like actually get that down. But yeah.
Really? Eh? Okay. So did you have to take vocal lessons, or did you just watch like YouTube videos and shit?
So whenever I first started, I just watched YouTube. I watched these little like emo kids like in their bedroom, like screaming into a like a hair straightener or something. You know?
Yeah. Who
And,
didn't? Yeah.
do it that way. But here recently, I take classes just to learn new things. All kinds of cool stuff, man.
That's awesome. Well, I guess you kind of have to do that. You can't just be a hack because you'll blow your shit out.
Yeah, it definitely, because sometimes I'll be performing, and I feel that like I sometimes get out of it a little bit, and I can like feel this like strain on my vocal cords, so like I'll have to like remember and stay focused whenever I'm performing,
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you, Josh. So I guess what are some of your influences, guys, for people who may not have checked you out yet? What are you jamming out to?
Honestly, yeah, I think that's what kind of makes us super diverse in the world is my influences, as corny as it sounds. I know this is probably one of those like non-answers that metalhead should give, but honestly, my influences come a lot from like R&B. I do listen to a decent amount of rap music as well, especially the new stuff. I try to get into it.
That's it.
I just try to find a happy equilibrium between listening to everything, jazz, Frank Sinatra. I try to go everywhere I can. And I mean, metal, of course, is like, definitely try to listen to it as much as possible, but I do try to go back to my roots and like use that as a guitar field for sure.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think. There was now I'll have to fact check this later, but I'll just say it. I think it's Stephen Carpenter from Deftones exclusively listens to hip hop and Meshuggah, and that's it.
I feel like
All
it's
right.
not a bad mashup for sure. But yeah, I definitely understand the notion though when it comes to listening to all those other types of music. I don't know. I just think it's what makes our band diverse. Like I'm always trying to add in new elements guitar wise, whether that's a blues influence or, I'm trying some jazz stuff for some new stuff. Like I'm trying pretty much everything just to give us a more like, defined dynamic kind of, flow.
Totally. And I find it's good to be diverse because a lot of times if you get stuck in one thing, it's going to...
It becomes stale.
That's
And,
right.
yeah. And like with me, like I always like to tell people I'm really musically diverse. I listen up to 25 genres of metal.
25 genres.
No,
That's it.
I could name
I
like
listen
3
to a lot of stuff
genres.
as well. But I don't know. I'd have to say my influences definitely come probably when I was at like an early age. Like my mom listened to like a lot of Nickelback. I know that sounds like but that's definitely where I think I found my love for rock music at a young age was probably Nickelback, and then eventually over time, and I think definitely if it wasn't for Slipknot, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. Like Slipknot's like my diehard, like I'm a fucking diehard fan.
See, now, thank you. I am too. And for my money, after Subliminal Verses,
Fact.
it all kind of went down. But Iowa and the self-titled are two of my favorite albums of all time.
Oh
Hands
man,
down.
the self-titled album is just that's where it was for me, man. Because like I'm only 23, right? So
Oh, you're just a baby. Okay, how old is Josh?
So I was definitely got into Slipknot during the All Hope Is Gone era.
Okay.
But whenever I heard the self-titled, I think that's what really made me feel. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a game changer for me. What is this? I've never heard this before. And I think it definitely made me appreciate heavy music the way
Yeah, totally. I think that was the stepping stone for a lot of people. Like, at least for me, I started off I listened to like Korn and shit, so all the new metal stuff from back in the early 2000s, whatever. Limp Bizkit, fucking
hell yeah.
That. But when I got that self-titled Slipknot when I was like 15 or 16 or some shit, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is insanity.
Yeah, that was the first album that I got onto. I'm almost 30, so 29.
Yeah, there you go.
But definitely my pickup was on. I did hear some of Iowa. I'm not gonna lie, wasn't a huge fan at first, and then as it progressed and their self-titled, that's where it opened up. Dude, when I heard Eyeless for my first time, like that was a wrap. That was like the end all be all. And then I agree with you. Subliminal Verses, that was
a great album. I liked that one. A lot of people hated it. I thought that was good. See, I didn't care for All Hope Is Gone that much.
Yeah. Well, I think even Slipknot themselves. I think because I like really like love Clown, and like I've watched like all his interviews, and like I think in one interview he was like I don't really like that album because it's so like it's not really us. It's really simplistic, and it's not like as heavy as our older stuff was, And I think so. I don't know.
I think I think maybe they found themselves in a situation where they had to just get something out.
Yeah, exactly.
The record deal probably, and that happens a lot with guys.
No, yeah, that's
it's
definitely
too bad, but whatever. It's there's a lot to be said about staying independent and doing your thing at your own pace and not worrying about that shit.
Yeah,
but I think that's probably what they ran into. But I mean, the Great Chapter wasn't bad; it was decent, but not as good as, in my opinion, not as good as their earlier stuff. And I'm like you, like Corey Taylor, even in early Stone Sour. And then he does that new fucking Corey Taylor project, that solo shit he's doing, right?
What?
CMFT,
man. It's like CMFT. It's like, fuck off, dude. Like, and I'm a Tech Nine fan, but he's the best part of that song he put out.
Yeah.
No.
That other rapper he has,
like,
I've never heard of that other asshole that was rapping on there, but Corey Taylor had no business trying to rap with Tech Nine.
Honestly, yeah, no, huge Tech Nine fan, and that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was somewhat of a letdown.
It was weak for Tech Nine too, but because they did a song on one Tech Nine album, Stranger Than Fiction, or no, doesn't matter. But I know they did a song and it was fucking sick as hell. But that was because Corey was just screaming and not doing his fucking trying to rap bullshit.
Well, I have a song on my phone where it's called Wither, and it's
that's
Tech
it.
9.
That's the one.
Yeah. That's actually that song goes
that's
hard.
That's a good fucking tune. That's the one. That's what I'm saying. So you go from a song like Withered, where that's Tech Nine and doing his thing, because he's a fucking genius in my opinion. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And then, I don't know. It just sounded too watered down to me for my liking for those two.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck do I know? I don't know. They got a fucking 4 million views in like 2 days. So who gives a shit, right?
Very good point. Making more money than all of us combined. So
yeah,
I mean, they're doing something.
You guys you talked about Nickelback, Jake. All you guys got to do is write one Nickelback song, and then you're set.
Oh, we made it, dude.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah. Look at that stuff on your walls back there. That's all accolades and gold records and shit like that, isn't it? You can't see. It's fine. It's records. Platinum albums. You guys are rich as hell.
Hell yeah. Wish. Struggling, man.
Me too, fuck. But no, that's cool. So how long have you guys been together doing this thing?
So
Mirari, you said 2008 you started, but obviously not in this project, but how long has the band been going for?
So the
Not-
band itself, like Mirari itself started out in 2016. Yeah, and it's just like I was new to this town that I moved into that I'm living in now, and I was working at Walmart and I ran into this guy that played guitar, and he like I have like an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo on my arm, and he was like we were working together one day and he saw it. He's like, "Oh, you like Avenged Sevenfold?" I was like, "Yeah." And like we started talking about music and stuff like that, and he's like, "Well, hey, I play guitar," and I was like, "Oh shit, I do vocals." You know, he's like, "Well, I got a buddy that plays drums. Let's do something. Let's jam." And I wasn't really expecting much, and then like I walked in, and I mean, the first song they play is "Unanswered" by Suicide Silence, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, where have you guys been?" You know, so we jammed for a while, switched members in and out constantly, you know, and trying to find the right people, and then eventually, we found the right people. We jammed for a while, and then we broke up, and we didn't do anything. But we brought the band back about a year ago, and that's where we are now.
Okay.
So and we've had a couple lineup changes since then. But Young, our drummer, and Josh, great additions to the band. I got my best friend Darren on bass. So the crazy thing about Darren's never played bass in his life.
Oh, really?
And but he's a very fast learner. So I was like, well, hey, we were like really high one day, and I was like, hey, you want to be in my band? And he was like, yeah, dude. And then, so he went and took a guitar center and bought a bass, and the motherfucker plays like he's really good. Like it's cool, man.
That's hilarious. See, now, for all you bass players out there, don't get too fucking high on yourselves. It's the fuck all to play bass. So fuck you. No, it's good.
Exactly.
But good for you. Pat on the bum where you go. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
that's dope. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think collectively, I think we've been pushing for about 9 months now. I think we're under a year. So
Okay.
we've been working. We've been steadily in the studio.
For a lot of it, like we really didn't start. We were basically like me and Josh kind of have this thing where we would say we were like born during COVID. You know, Mirari was born during COVID because we really didn't start gaining traction and really start being able to do stuff. Until COVID happens, where we can't play shows and this and that. So that's kind of hard on the band, but it's hard on everybody. So.
Yeah, and that's what I say too. It's like people are, and obviously COVID fucking sucks and all that, but it's like I've done like 140 fucking episodes of this thing, so it's been great for me.
Hell yeah, dude.
Every night just fucking killing it because nobody's doing shit, so I'll take it. Fuck, what am I gonna do?
I would say, no, you guys for sure are the ones that are keeping the scene alive right now. Like all you guys who are taking your time to sit down and talk with people, like that's what's keeping everyone afloat until everything's back up and running. So definitely appreciate it, man.
We'll see.
Doing God's work, dude.
Yeah, that's right. Doing God's work. That's what we say too. Fuck yeah, I'm doing God's work.
Yep.
Something like that. No, I appreciate that. I started doing this because I had several weird musical endeavors that I thought I would just try to selfishly promote myself, and that's it. But that got boring. Got boring after 10 minutes, and I thought, well, there's tons of good musicians out there. I'll just talk to them instead. That's fine.
Yeah. Perfect.
Nice. So you said you did like 140 episodes of this?
This is like 140 something right now. I can't remember.
That's awesome, dude.
I started I think in January, just like once a week type thing. And then once COVID hit, I was like, gone. And I've got, I've got listeners apparently, because every day I go and check the stats and there's like more and more. Like some days I'll have like 2 listeners, like, yeah, that's fine. That's still people listening. I never thought I'd have 1. But some days, one day I had 100 and some listens in one day. I was like, holy fuck.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm just some asshole in Canada. Like, what the
No, yeah, I feel like this is the time definitely for, promoters and I mean, even bands themselves, definitely to an extent with what they can do. Like this is a good time to kind of take advantage of people sitting at home 24/7 on YouTube and on. But yeah, I find that to be the hardest thing. I mean, I know that for you, it's probably no issue whatsoever, but pushing content, that's the hardest part for bands is like getting out just in general to actually make the content can be quite difficult,
Well, and I mean, and how do you, and there's just so much, like you're up against so many people that are creating content constantly as far as bands. So how do you, it's a hard thing to navigate. Like back in the day, if this was, if this was 10 years ago, you know, you guys would have your CDs pressed and your shirts, and you'd be good to go, send one to your fucking trunk of your car and shit like that. And you know, people would know everybody would know who Mirari is. But now, you know, how do you separate yourself? Like, obviously your music does it, but how do you get people to your music, right?
Well, I definitely think that a good way of getting our music out there is I feel it's not so much like, I don't feel it as a competition with other bands. I feel it as, hey, help me help you. You know, you promote me, I'll promote you. I'll show my people, you show your people, and that's what we do. Like I'm wearing my buddy's band Hate Waker right now, you know, and then Josh is wearing an Of the Fallen shirt. So I meant, you know, those are some of our band friends, you know, and like it's awesome, dude. And like
to me that's been like the really good thing during all of this is, I don't know, I can probably say like before COVID, there definitely was friendships and, you know, partnerships between bands and stuff like that. Right. But of course, you know, everyone was kind of up and moving. Everyone was in their own world, doing their own thing. Yeah. Now we have this time to be able to actually connect with another, especially like for me in Houston, like we have bands galore down here. We have some of the best underground metal bands.
Yeah, you guys have a ton of it. Like I was in Texas a couple times here talking to people, like you guys got good shit down there for sure.
Yeah, we got some slamming bands down here. So like I said, 100%. It's a great time to be able to network and connect. And I know we've had certain talks with certain bands about starting shows after all this is over. Like it's a great build up for bands.
Well, if
did put things on hold, but
you're in Houston, you should look up Pigweed. They're in San Antonio, I think.
Oh yeah, dude, I know. I know who Pigweed is.
I had them on here. They're fucking dope. There's another band called Nygma, Nygma. You guys should check them out. They're more, they kind of mash up a lot of stuff. So you like everything. So you'd like them. You'd love them. Okay, check them out. They're from Texas. They're playing in Houston at some point coming up. So I think in like a week they're playing in Houston at the Acadian.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and they're named after the Riddler, so you know that's a
right there. Edward Nygma. Yeah.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. So they're great. Check them out for sure. There's my promotion, fellas. There you go. Yeah, but they're sweet. They're good. You guys would like them. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I talked to Pigweed are fucking great. I fucking love Pigweed.
Yeah.
And then there's another band I talked to called Anything But Human. They're sweet. I don't know whereabouts in Texas they're at.
Familiar.
That band name is like fucking tight though. Like
they're just they're a 3-piece, and you should check out the singer. He is like nothing I've ever heard before. Like he does all like clean, but he can fucking sing. You know?
Nice.
He's not a screamer, but he can fucking. Real good.
Not gonna lie, I mess with 3-pieces hard. I don't know what it is, man, but 3-pieces throw down such legit music.
It's crazy when I talk to guys for the first time. I always have to ask. I was like, well, how many people in your band? It's like, oh, it's just me. It's like, well, fuck you. You know, how do you do this by yourself?
And that's so common nowadays, which is. Yeah, people just kind of sit and work on production and deal and honestly, that's so smart though. That's so smart to kind of get embedded in the world of creating your own music on your own time. So then when you go off to these big names, you know the bullshit not to take. You know that you could produce something probably better yourself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
good to have.
Yeah, I don't know. I got mad respect for guys that can do all that shit themselves. I'd be bored, you know?
Was it Brandon Small from Death Clock? He does that all that by himself pretty much.
Oh really?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Good for him.
Death Clock fan.
That's fair. Wow, I did not know he did it all by himself.
Mm-hmm. And now live, I think he plays like live. Of course, he plays with other people, but studio, I believe that's all him. Yeah.
Well, he also has that side band that he does where it's all him. That like. Something
Galacticon?
Yeah, Galacticon. That shit's fire, man. And I think that's all him as well. I think.
Mm-hmm. Musical genius, man. I would love to be able to play every instrument, but
don't you just feel like it's kind of like, okay, asshole, like
right?
Save some talent for the rest of us, like.
Dude,
He doesn't.
I'm pretty sure we
that.
actually had this conversation. Yeah, I think we had this conversation last band practice about writing guitar parts and trying to make them way more developed and way more, put some flair, a lot of flair sometimes, and trying to add it to it. And honestly, in my brain, it's like, listen, you have to understand the people that personally, as a guitarist, I'm up against.
Yeah.
You can find all these bands with these guitarists. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it'll take me a minute. But, I don't know, you can always write otherwise and still make some punchy ass shit.
That's right.
You got to do the whole Buried Alive, like, just tapping the entire neck. Like,
yeah.
I mean, would I love to do that, of course. But,
but come on. Sometimes you got to find your own original shit, man. That's the hardest thing.
Exactly. I also got kids, too, man.
There's always so many notes and chords you can hit, dude. That's it.
That's true. You'd think, but these bands are blowing barriers, though. So honestly, I now know the guitar is a whole nother animal, but I'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there. You got time, you guys. You're just young. You're just young guys. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, working it.
Working it, exactly. So I've heard a couple of the tracks. Do you guys have an album mode, or you're working on an EP, something like that?
Yeah, we definitely got an album that we're working on right now. It's like I said, we're writing all the time. We're currently working on a new song right now. Very violent song, because like I like to do like my lyrics very based on like human aggression and violence and stuff, and what makes people hate, and stuff like that. So like that's basically what this album's gonna be about, is like, anyone has it like within themselves to be evil, and and like it's kind of awesome.
That's sweet. I like that.
I got the inspiration from George R.R. Martin, the Game of Thrones. Yeah, he there was an interview that he did, and he was just like, evil is not based on like how fantasy would have it, where like the heroes are in all white and they're handsome, and all the villains are in black and they're ugly, and they meet on a battlefield. He said no. He's like, evil is waged on the individual human heart, and he said very few people wake up and they're like, hey, what evil am I gonna do today? And that really inspired me to like, holy shit, this is a real thing, so that's basically what it's about. That's cool. Human monstrosities, basically.
I dig it. I fucking dig that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, that was the song I heard was Hell Doesn't Wait. Fuck. And I was looking through YouTube, and I saw a couple bands named Mirari, and I was like, please God, let it be this one, and thank you.
yeah. There's a couple of them out there.
Well, and some like French techno or something. I'm like, well, that can't be it because there's no guitars.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually went and listened to their stuff. Like, I can fuck with it. Like,
fair enough. I did not. I saw the picture for Hell Doesn't Wait, and I was like, I hope this is the band I'm talking.
Yeah. I was like,
well, because I talk to all genres on here, but it's like I don't know how you make your fucking techno beats and shit. It's like I know metal and I know rap and I know whatever, but I'm not gonna ding ding ding.
Yeah, dude, that's a hard world. I've tried it. It is a difficult life. Not gonna lie.
It's a difficult life.
It is, man. That's hard. That's harder than it looks. Just pressing a button on stage. You got to set up those buttons.
100%. You got to program all that shit. You got to it's a lot more patience than I have, dude. I can't fucking do it.
No, yeah. But yeah, no, Hell Doesn't Wait. Definitely, yeah. That's a fun ass song to play. Yeah, it was written, what is it, about Christian hypocrisy? Is that right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Basically, like, what the song is about, of course, it's all very exaggerated and stuff, but it's when I was younger, I went to this backwoods church that, was just filled with racists and hypocrites, and, they would, like, my mom's from Germany, right? And, like, so they never really accepted her or us. We were always kind of like the outcasts, and we didn't have money, and we felt like we were never really accepted, right? So, like, it put a bad taste in my mouth with Christianity. So, like, it's basically just going and, like, saying, you're not a righteous soul, and I'll show, if you want to be evil, I will show you evil, motherfucker. And that's pretty much what it's about,
That's awesome. I dig it, man. That's cool.
Yeah. But like I said, all very exaggerated, of course, but yes.
But that's the gist. That's cool, man. I can dig it. I like, strong lyrical themes and everything like that. And obviously the musicianship is fucking awesome. So
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Is this your first podcast?
Okay, so like I've done like bullshit ones before, but like legit podcast, yeah, this is my first one. It's my first interview ever.
You hear that? I'm a fucking legit podcast.
Woohoo!
Legitist.
I paid him $10 to say that. There you go. It's in the mail. It's coming from Canada. It'll be there at some point.
What's it like up in Canada, man? Is it cold?
No, it's not cold in Canada. We have the same weather as fucking Texas, only we get snow in winter.
Oh, that's
we get super hot and super cold.
I was smuggled into Canada one time, and it was pretty cold when I went.
How did you?
Okay, so okay, hold up. Check this out. So this was back in, I have no idea. I think I was like 10, 11, 12, something like that. So back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, actually, that'd be 2000s. My dad was a truck driver. And I don't know, for whatever reason, he was like, hey, I'm taking you with me. And I was like, bet, I'm going to go with you. And he had one of the trucks, like where the back is like a double bunk bed for him and his other driver.
Yeah.
And the bed lifts up or whatever. So when we got to the Canadian border, all I remember as a kid is him being like, hey, just go in the bed. Don't say anything. Just sit there. I'll let you know when we're through the thing. All right, so I hop in the bed and I hear them talking and doing whatever they're doing. Next thing I know, I'm eating flapjacks at a Denny's and, smuggled in and then smuggled right back out. So it was great. Those times were different.
So you went to Canada just to eat at a Denny's?
That's right. Road trip.
Well, my dad, I think, was like actually dropping off a truckload there. But of course, yeah, he was like, well, let's go eat some.
Do you remember which province you were going to?
Oh, dude, no idea. It was so long ago.
Was it
so long? All I remember was that it was super cold, and I was kind of surprised by that. And
so did you go up through? Yeah. Do you remember going through the Midwest? Did you go through like North Dakota and all that shit?
You know what? I honestly no idea. As a kid, man, my dad had like a PlayStation hooked up in the back with a TV. So exactly. My priorities were definitely in like Tekken or.
100%. I get it, dude. Totally. If it was cold, it was probably my province. So there you go.
I'm not sure.
About a year ago, I went to Minnesota because I work for a Harley shop. So I had to go to Minnesota to pick up a bike, right? And when I got there, because I know Minnesota, that's like up there at the top of the United States too. Yep. Like it was fucking cold, man. It was windy. Is it really windy up there in Canada?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
like see that wind was brutal. I remember like we stopped at like a Bass Pro Shops or some shit. Just I don't know why. We just did, and we just like took a break at a Bass Pro Shops, and like we were walking to the store, and it was fucking cold, man. But it's a different type of cold up there than it is down here. You know?
Oh, fucking right. So you guys don't even have cold in Texas. Like what's cold for Texas? Like 65 degrees Fahrenheit?
Cold for Texas, 40, I'd say
43.
30. Yeah, I'd say like 30.
Yeah. I think it also just kind of depends on the time of the year too, because I mean, in summer, like, 80 is pretty chilly. You know what I'm saying? Because
like the past couple of days, it's been like 81, and it's been really nice. Like,
Jesus Christ, I got to do some conversions here. 30 Fahrenheit to Celsius. I'm just checking to see what this. Okay, yeah. Okay, so 30 Fahrenheit is -1 Celsius. So our winters in Canada, we can have temperatures of -43 Celsius.
I've been in that.
That's without the wind, fellas.
Oh yeah, I've been in the wind after that too. Not in Canada though. Not in Canada. But oh man, I feel that.
It gets cold up here. That's fine.
Yeah, surprisingly,
are you like surrounded by like mountains and stuff?
No, I'm in the flat part. I'm right in the middle.
Gotcha.
But right beside me are
mountains.
mountains, and they're lovely.
Nice. We don't have mountains here. We just have trees everywhere.
That's true.
We got farmland. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
The mountains don't help though, man. Sometimes, depending on where I got that wind from was actually Afghanistan, and that was by far the worst cold I've ever been in. And of course, it's surrounded by mountains.
Yeah.
So that didn't do anything.
Swirls around.
Not one damn thing.
Yeah, man, it's fucked up. Well, no, fellas, looks like I got like 5 minutes left on this thing. Won't we take the last 5 minutes? You just tell us where we can find you online, how we can support you. Can I buy a vinyl, please?
I would
press a vinyl, please.
So yeah, definitely in the works of getting the whole merch situation set up. Of course, during COVID has been kind of a task to make sure we're getting all the right deals, all the right stuff. So we are actually in the midst of working out shirts. So definitely whenever that happens, we'll just send one to you, bud. So yeah,
you heard nothing. Customs, it's fine.
But yeah, like I said, once we get shirts going, we'll be sure to put that out to everyone.
Wow.
Where our goal is to, I think, to try to have the album finished, if not by this year, like early next year, if we can actually make it happen. Sweet. So that should be coming out. Yeah, we have a show coming up in February that we're going to be playing at Acadia in Houston. So anyone who's listening in Houston, come make it down. It's Mammoth Fest, so there's going to be not just us, a lot of other bands that are going to be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we're just trying to grab every opportunity that we can. Of course, everything's kind of scarce right now, but making it work, man. Everyone will be the first to know.
Good. Keep me in the loop too. Hey, also send me your Hell Doesn't Wait song to my email, because I have a radio show that I do Monday nights, and I'll play it on my other thing I do on the weekend.
Absolutely.
Limbo Outcasts, I call it. So I get like 20 songs or something I get emailed to me, and I just fucking throw on a playlist and put them online. So send me
awesome.
I'll play.
Yeah, I'll send it your way right after this, man.
Cool. Do it happily.
Sweet.
Cool, brothers. Well, good luck out there.
Well, thank you. Good luck to you as well.
I'm a double XL. Actually, I'm an American XL. So
got you, fool.
Got you, fam.
I appreciate it,
sweet,
boys.
Man.
You guys
yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. All right, man.
Yeah, brother.
We'll have you back. We'll have you back for a podcast of just Hulk Hogan. That'll be fun.
Yes.
Perfect. Yes.
What you gonna do, brother?
brother. You guys have a good night.
Amazing.
Awesome.
All right, man.
Peace out, guys.
All right, later, man. Take it easy.